Good evening, viewers. You are watching The Wolf Times, where facts matter, power is questioned, and silence is never accepted. Tonight, we examine a case that continues to send shockwaves through global institutions: the Epstein Files. Long after Jeffrey Epstein's death, newly unsealed documents, testimonies, and records are forcing the world to confront uncomfortable truths about privilege, protection, and justice delayed. This is not just a story about one man. This is a story about a system. What are the Epstein Files? The Epstein Files refer to a vast collection of court documents, sealed testimonies, flight logs, financial records, and legal filings connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his associates. These files emerged primarily from civil lawsuits and criminal investigations, many of which remained sealed for years. Recent court orders have led to the partial unsealing of documents, exposing names, connections, and allegations that were once hidden behind legal protections. While the files do not automatically establish criminal guilt, they reveal the scope of Epstein's access to power and influence, and how long it took for accountability to surface. What advancements have been made so far? There have been key developments, but they remain limited in scale. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted for facilitating Epstein's crimes. Dozens of previously anonymous individuals were named in court filings. Survivor account details patterns of recruitment, abuse, and coercion. Financial institutions face scrutiny for enabling Epstein's operations. Yet, despite these steps, no broad accountability followed. What we know and what we don't. What we know: Epstein abused minors across multiple countries for decades. He relied on a network to recruit, transport, and silence victims. His wealth and status guaranteed extraordinary legal leniency. What remains unanswered? Why early prosecutions were quietly softened? Why many named individuals were never questioned under oath? How deep institutional protection truly went? Prominent figures in the power question. The files reference politicians, royalty, billionaires, academics, and celebrities. Being named does not equal guilt, but the concentration of power raises serious concerns about who gets protected and why. What this case says about the society. The Epstein files expose a hard truth. Power delays justice, silence is rewarded, and institutions protect themselves first. This is how abuse survives inside elite systems. Why this story still matters. Now, the Epstein files remain relevant because they challenge the idea that wealth places anyone above the law. Until transparency replaces secrecy, the questions will not disappear. The Epstein files are not just records of a crime, they are a warning about unchecked power, a warning about institutional silence, a warning about justice delayed. You are listening to The Wolf Times. Fearless, fast, and focused.